On this episode of the Gamer Girl podcast, Beth and Maddie are joined by friend Liz to discuss their theories for Pokémon Legends Z to A. Hello, and welcome to the Gamer Girl podcast. I am one of your two fabulous hostesses, Beth, and we are joined by the other half of the podcast, my wonderful co-hostess, Maddie.
Hello.
And a familiar face to the show, our good friend Liz.
Hi.
Today we're talking bunnies, bears, and more. But first, let's break some ice with today's icebreaker. So, Maddie, or Liz, you don't have to have an icebreaker, but if you have one that you want to share, do you have one, or no?
Oh, I guess for the sake of Anime Brew, what anime have y'all been watching?
Ooh. So, do you want to go first, Maddie, or should
No,
I
you can
first?
go. You can go.
Okay. So, I started watching Your Lie in April because that's all my Instagram feed was. It was just all anime lovers this month. You know what time it is? I was like, I've never seen this. So, and apparently it's really sad. But where I am, it is kind of a little sad. But the story's really good. And so I've been watching that. And then also I was watching Pokemon XY. I've really been enjoying that. And then also finishing up My Hero.
Nice.
So
yeah. Oh, you go.
Oh, no, you can go.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to say Your Lie in April. I haven't seen that in ages, but I do remember it being sad.
That's a big hole for me.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it, and I should.
Mm-hmm. I need to rewatch it is the thing. I haven't seen it in ages.
Is it just one season?
Mm-hmm. It's one season, 12 episodes of, like the last two are just heartbreak.
Is it like Violet Evergarden levels of heartbreak?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Oh well.
I mean, Violet Evergarden ends on a bittersweet tone. This is just sad.
Oh.
Yeah.
Preparing myself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, speaking of bittersweet, if you have been keeping up with Anime Brew, you know that anime we're talking about next is Free Run.
Yes. Yeah, that show is so good. Mm-hmm.
Really great. I finished it.
Nice.
So looking forward to talking
I have so much to talk about. Same, me too. I have so much to say, but obviously I have to save it for next week.
Yeah.
When we record. But yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. Besides that, sort of off topic, Liz and I have been doing this challenge for the past week where we are living in 2004 and can only consume media and music, and our entire life revolves around a lack of technology from 20 years ago.
Yes.
And
so I've been
Have you been watching anything?
No, I've been deprived of my anime.
Yeah, same. But I did watch Howl's Moving Castle because it came out in 2004.
Yes.
So
I should be doing that.
When all else fails, just watch Ghibli.
True. Ghibli is top tier.
Exactly.
And read lots of books.
Yes. How many books? I think I've already read like 4 in like 3 days.
Yeah, for context, we started this on Monday and it's Saturday.
Yeah.
Granted, podcasting, we're kind of breaking the rules, but it's fine.
Yeah.
And then I'm streaming later, but it's fine.
totally existed in 2000.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I guess
we
that
s-
answered the question. What?
Yeah. We started it right at the new season. So I haven't even been able to watch anything except like one episode of every new series this season. It's like
You
I'm
know,
like completely deprived.
we need to break the rules just so we can watch the new Delicious in Dungeon episode.
We do.
Because I need to know what happens.
Yes. That show is so good.
It
It's like
really, warning to the listeners, it really takes a turn, episode like 12.
it
But it's
did.
really good.
Yeah. I usually watch it at night when I think it's going to be cute and fluffy campfire show. No, I couldn't go to sleep that night.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
That's great.
Well, we successfully turned this into an anime podcast.
We did.
I guess I'll go with my question now if we're ready to
Okay.
continue.
Yeah.
Mine's so random because I was just sitting there yesterday eating Chick-fil-A, sad because I couldn't scroll my phone. And so I was just sitting there alone and I was thinking, what icebreaker question should I ask? And then I looked at my packet of Polynesian sauce and I thought, I wonder what their favorite sauce is from Chick-fil-A or in general. What's your favorite sauce?
So I feel, I don't know, I'm kind of a classic. I'm a big fan of the Chick-fil-A sauce. Just
Mhm.
classic Chick-fil-A sauce. I do though really like their honey mustard as well. Because
Cool.
when I was younger, before I really started doing Chick-fil-A sauce hardcore, I would always go with the honey mustard. So I love the honey mustard too. Their avocado
Mm.
lime ranch though, it's kind of a sauce, but it's really good.
I love how you said the Chick-fil-A sauce like it was a drug, like back before I got on the Chick-fil-A sauce.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
mean,
that's what
it kind of
Chick-fil-A
is.
is.
It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't get to have Chick-fil-A much for reasons, but if I have to say my favorite sauce is obviously Chick-fil-A sauce. I mean, I go through like one of the big bottles at least once a month. I use it on everything. I use it on salads. I use it with carrots. It's universal. Oh,
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A sauce for
So I'm gonna be the outlier and say, I mean, I think Chick-fil-A sauce is a little overrated. I think it's good, but I'm addicted to the Polynesian sauce. I cannot stop with I can dip anything in this, which maybe not anything because it's a little too sweet, but
Mhm.
for certain things. But as far as chicken goes, yes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I love
I know.
Polynesian
I
sauce.
use. You go.
Oh, quickly, Polynesian sauce we put on you with like pork and rice. We'll put it on, and it's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I use it when I make dumplings at home and also egg rolls. Those are so good.
Yeah, it's very similar to me to the sweet and sour sauce you can get at like Panda Express.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
But it's better.
100%.
Chick-fil-A is always better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So my icebreaker, kind of going with the whole 2004 thing. I feel like I might already know the answer for you. Maybe not. But what is your favorite movie that came out in 2004?
Oh,
That is a
doing
hard one. But since
Yeah.
Maddie already gave me the answer, I'll just say Howl's Moving Castle.
Hmm.
I, you
Yeah.
know,
It's between
looking
Howl's
at
Moving Castle and another one for me.
was
Mm.
there when did Harry Potter come out?
When did
I
what?
don't know.
When did Harry Potter come out?
I don't know.
Harry Potter movie, not the book. Um, okay, Prisoner of Azkaban came out in 2004. I don't think
That wasn't the best one.
that's not the best one. I was just curious.
Mm-mm.
I'm trying to
Goblet of
I don't
Fire
know.
was a good one.
Yeah. Um, I don't know. I was thinking of like any like non-anime things like oh, we had Pokemon Destiny of Deoxys. That's
Oh
I do
yeah,
not
that's a good.
I
Oh,
haven't
Mean
seen that in
Girls
a long
came
time.
out. Mean
I
Girls
have
came
to
out in
confess, I
2004.
haven't seen Mean Girls. I still haven't seen it.
I mean,
I don't know how.
it's not. It's a good movie. It's just not for everyone. I'll just say that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it seems funny, so that's
Yeah,
why I
it's
do want to
funny. It's
watch it.
iconic.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'm looking, and so a lot of my favorite movies came. Oh gosh. Maybe I should.
Oh, Shrek
Oh.
2?
Yeah,
Shrek
Shrek
2.
2 came
Shrek.
out. The Incredibles came out.
Oh,
Barbie
that's a good
Princess
one.
and the Pauper came out.
Oh,
Okay.
that's a good movie.
National
That
Treasure came out.
mm, there are actually quite a couple good ones.
hmm The Incredibles is
Shark
really
Tale.
good.
Mhm.
I've never watched Shark Tale all the way through.
I haven't either.
I don't know if I have or not. I remember
From
seeing
what I
seeing
saw,
bits and
it's
pieces of it.
yeah. From what I've seen, it's horrible. It kind of deserves the
Yeah.
hate.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah.
It's kind of just a meme at this point, though. How bad it is.
Mhm.
Like the Star Wars prequels.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, no, I
The
guess that's more the
prequels.
sequels. It's more the
Yeah.
sequels. It's a meme how bad they were. Other
Mhm.
other than Force Awakens, to me, I don't care for the Star Wars sequels.
I like Force Awakens and the final one, the Skywalker one. I liked
Hmm.
that one. Even though everybody hated it, I just still one of my favorites. And I hate how they gave Kylo Ren a like he became a good guy, then he died. Like I hated that. Like he deserved to have like one more movie of being a good guy. Kylo Ren was one of my favorite characters.
I have no input as a non-Star Wars fan.
Mm.
I know. But I
Oh,
will say
Garfield came out too.
Garfield?
Garfield the
Mm.
movie.
I liked that
Oh.
movie when I was younger. I enjoyed it. It was funny.
There's a new one
I
coming
think
out this year.
I'm not
Yeah.
impressed. Not
Oh, The
impressed.
Lion King 1.5 came out this year too. That's another good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one's just funny.
It wasn't as good as the other two. Vaguely was enjoyable. It's one of the many Disney sequels aren't terrible, but they're not good.
Yeah, that's probably one of the few that I actually somewhat like.
Mhm.
But I don't think it's a contender for the best of the
Yeah.
year.
Mm-mm. No.
I'm probably just gonna say either The Incredibles or Howl's Moving Castle.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say either Barbie, Princess and the Pauper, or Howl's Moving Castle.
Yeah, Howl's Moving Castle or Princess and the Pauper.
You know what's really sad is here's what happened. So my roommate's a huge reader, right? So she told me,
Mhm.
if you finish this book by Wednesday, I'll watch a Ghibli movie with you. She hasn't seen any Ghibli. She doesn't know what it is, right? I binged this book. Okay, I mean I was already gonna read it anyway, but I get through the rest of it. I was reading the Inheritance games, by the way, which is a great series. And I know it's way newer than 2004, but you know, it's fine. And
Time
so
travel existed in 2004.
True. Back to the Future was already out.
yeah, obviously. So she hasn't seen a Ghibli movie, and we start this movie, and she's like, "What is this animation?" I mean, I'm like, "You mean perfection? You mean perfection is what this is?" She's like, "This is so weird." The whole movie, she's like, "This is so weird." I'm like, "Well, okay, just get used to it. Deal with it. Great." Or whatever. She gets to the end of the movie, she's like, well, it was okay. I'm like, well, so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get her to watch any more Ghibli movies. Because I thought House Moving Castle is the one to get you sucked in to the Ghibli
I
world. And if that
know.
one doesn't do it for you, I don't know what will.
Yeah, especially because all the other ones are so out there.
Yeah, like this is, if
Like,
you think this is weird, wait till you watch Spirited Away.
yeah.
Oh.
Or Boy and the Heron.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
Grape with the Fireflies. I still can't think of that movie again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
My neighbor, not my
You
hero.
don't
My
want to.
neighbor Totoro is how I got my sisters hooked.
My Neighbor Totoro was cute. I got hooked on Ghibli through Ponyo. Ponyo
Yeah,
was
and then
cute.
Ponyo was the second one. No, and then I showed my sisters Kiki's Delivery Service for the second one, and that also proceeded to continue
Mhm.
the
Okay,
hooking process, I guess. But
the reason though that I didn't do any of those is that I knew that she would want like a romance to get invested in. And so I feel like Howl's Moving Castle has the most of that compared to any of those movies.
Honestly, that's like the only romance movie in most of the Ghibli films.
Yeah.
Like maybe Up on Poppy Hill and Wind Rises. Those are like the next most romantic ones.
I really like the Wind Rises. I want to rewatch
I need to
that.
rewatch it. I need to rewatch it. Up on Poppy Hill was confusing, to say the least.
Yeah, I barely remember that one.
I just
Did we?
remember something. I don't remember if we watched it together or what.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
just
say,
you go.
I don't know, when Beth and I as well, when we watched a bunch of Ghibli movies that one
Mm.
summer, did we watch it? I don't
which one?
remember. Up on Poppy Hill.
No.
No.
Mm. Yeah, I don't. Poppy Hill. I just remember it was weird. Like I remember some Sweet Home Alabama type stuff during the end, and was so confusing.
Wait.
Wait.
Yeah, we did. That's the one that has Sweet Home Alabama just randomly in there.
Well, that's why I said we should watch it. Is because Oh, no, it's Whisper of the Heart is the one with Sweet Home Alabama.
Oh.
No, it was Poppy up on
Poppy
Poppy
Hill
Hill that
has it
was
too?
yeah. I don't
Oh.
remember
What?
no. Whisper of the Heart didn't have any Sweet Home Alabama stuff. I just remember it being cute.
I don't know.
Mm.
Looks like a convenient excuse to watch them all again, so that we
Yes.
remember what happened.
No. And then
And
we
once
watched.
again, we turned this into an anime podcast.
Yep.
Yeah.
But,
Oh.
Oh, wait, no, it wasn't. It was Country Roads, not Sweet Home Alabama. That's why. Yeah. So,
That
Oh.
was
Whisper of the Heart had Take Me Home Country Roads, which is why we
Yeah.
watched it, because I had that song in my head from the Super Bowl with the Chiefs in Miami from a while back, or a few years, I don't know. But I had that song, so I was like, oh, Take Me Home Country Roads, let's watch this anime, Whisper of the Heart. So we watched it, and then of course we had to watch the sequel, The Cat Returns, which that was interesting.
That was weird.
I have not watched that yet.
Oh, it's very odd.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think we broke the ice pretty well, so we can go into the next kind of icebreaker we have. But what have you been playing? So,
Nothing,
Liz.
because I'm nothing. I've been deprived. Oh, video
Not
games.
even retro games?
No, I don't really play video games much anymore. Mainly just anime, digital art, and reading.
Oh.
I hadn't been playing video games too much the past couple months, and then I had break last week, so I a whole lot.
Well, then we're kind of failing at our job here on a gaming
Yeah.
podcast. We're like, we do everything but play games, guys. It's fine. So, well, what's funny is usually I'm the one that's here and is like, yeah, I don't know. I just haven't been playing anything. But guys, I got you covered with the games. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I promise I still have a life. But I'm thinking how far back. We haven't done this in forever. I don't know anymore. But I do have a few games that I want to talk about that are all older for the most part. So first of all, I played with a couple of the guys from over on Off the Wall, Presto and Octoboy. We played some Kirby and the Amazing Mirror, which is a Game Boy Advance game that's on NSO, so you can play online together. And I've never played a Kirby game anything like this before. It's a, I'm trying to think, it's a Metroidvania, right? I think, or is it a roguelike? That's embarrassing. I get the terms confused for no reason. It's a Metroidvania. And, so basically, instead of having set levels, it's like one big world, and then you like go into these different portals, and you kind of just have to find where you're going, and there's backtracking, and like you guys can be in different parts of the game, and then you can call so that you bring your team members over to you. And I mean, it's a Kirby game, so it's not like hard, like the gameplay's not incredibly hard. I mean, there are some like boss battles that if you get in there and you aren't prepared or don't have like a power up to help you, or copy ability, I mean.
Interesting.
It's really interesting. So we played that for a good while until we were just getting frustrated because it felt like we were just going in circles and dying and being really bad at the game considering it's a Kirby game. So eventually we just kind of gave up. Oh, speaking of Kirby, it's just been lots of Kirby. The beginning of this month was big on this very real game called Kirby's Rainbow Carnival. That
Oh yeah.
yeah, we played so much Kirby's Rainbow Carnival. Like you wouldn't even believe it. I even streamed.
We did play a lot.
If you don't believe the game's real, I literally streamed it, guys, and did all the mini games from it, which is actually just all the mini games from the older Kirby games. We just played those, but pretended it was its own game. Okay, just go with it. Which was also fun. I played that on stream, competed against Presto, and I never do like the bonus stuff in the Kirby games. I don't know why, but like, so I had never really like played any of that. So that was fun. What else? Played some. Okay, this is another really interesting one. It's on NSO. It's a Game Boy Advance game. It's called Kurin. I don't know how to say it, but yeah. And basically what it is the whole game is just, you're just the stick. You just move this like rotating stick, and you have to make it through the level without like touching the walls. Like, it feels like it would be like a mobile game today. But basically you just have to make it through the level, and you can play like multiplayer and compete whoever can get there first. And so, but if you win, your stick gets a little bit longer, so that it's going to make the next level even harder. And you're just like rotating, and you have to like stop and wait at certain parts and then try to make your way through, because if you hit the wall, then you get sent all the way back to the beginning of the level. It's a fun game, but it can also get extremely frustrating within a few minutes. So be warned if you decide to, I don't know why this game's on NSO of all the Game Boy Advance games. I don't know why, but it's kind of fun. Also played some Mario Party 2 in the N64. That was my first time playing. I think the only N64 Mario Party that I had played before that was just the original. And so I played 2 and played there's like this Western board, and that was kind of fun because all the characters wearing cowboy hats, and it was fun. You know, the mini games from Mario Party 2 are actually pretty good, which I would expect because a lot of them came over to Superstars. So, which is kind of funny when I recognize the remastered version of a mini game before the original. Like, this is kind of backwards, but that's okay. Yeah, and then this week I had a little bit of an obsession, a little bit of a problem with Kirby's Avalanche, which is literally just a Puyo Puyo game, if you're familiar with that type of puzzle game. But, you know, I just I was so determined to beat the game on hard. And I made it all the way to the second to last level. And when I say I was determined, like, I would try these levels dozens of times, and I just would not quit. And then it got to the point on the second to last level that the pieces are just coming down like it's like you have to look in the top right and then immediately know where you're gonna place the piece before it's even coming down, because there's not enough time to like rotate it or do anything. And but it's kind of funny because once you're in it, like, I got in this like flow state of just like almost like meditation with the Puyo. Like, I was just so focused on what I was doing that it was like this special state of existence of Puyo, which is that was until eventually I just couldn't. Well, actually, what really made me give up was that I didn't create a save state, and then it lost my progress and sent me to the title screen, and I was like, "Are you?" Because I didn't make a save state on it on accident.
No.
I was like, but you know, I was like, I'd been trying this for too long anyway. I needed to get a life, so it was fine.
That's painful.
It was kind of sad, I'll have to admit.
Ouch.
One last thing, I think. Two things. Two last things. So I I did a 2, which is a peace sign. It made the balloons. Anyway, that was funny. I was planning on playing Golden Sun this week. Like, I wanted to try it. And I started it, and I don't think I can do this, guys, because I was already this is a classic, like, older RPG. And I was getting lost before the game had even really started. I kept not knowing where to go, and I felt like I was going in circles. There's not even anywhere to get lost, but I still was getting lost. And so I'm like, I don't know if this is a good sign for how the rest of the game's gonna go. So maybe this isn't for me, but we'll see. I kind of want to continue with it anyway. And then one last thing, or two technically, if you count what I'm playing later today, but I broke the challenge last night to or gave myself a break, I guess, by playing. There's a new challenge mode going on in Splatoon 3 right now. I'd never done any of the challenge modes before. It's like a special thing with ranked. And so basically what's going on, I don't know how long it's going on. I think it's just for the weekend. But basically it's splat zones, but you have to have a weapon with curling bombs. And so in the special mode, the curling bombs are like extra big and like explode like extra dramatically. And so I played with a couple people over on the All-In Discord. We're having a game night, so I joined them. And we played that for a little while. It was actually really fun. It was really fun. I'd recommend, if it's still going on when this podcast comes out, I'd recommend checking it out. It was fun.
Okay, nice.
And later today, I'll count this because by the time this episode comes out, it'll have happened. I am streaming the original Fire Emblem, and I already know it's gonna go really bad. So if you weren't there, you should watch the VOD, because I probably suffered a lot, and you would probably like to see me suffer a lot. So
Yeah.
okay, I think that's everything. I got some retro games in, I think.
Okay.
You got enough games for the three of us times two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have been playing some Kirby's Rainbow Carnival because we had to talk about it. So, which it released as a bonus episode. So yeah, obviously I was playing that. So, and then also I was playing some Lego Star Wars on my Switch. That was really fun. I'm working my way through the prequels right now. And also, if you watched my stream last, like 2 weeks ago, I guess, as of this episode coming out, or you can go watch the VOD. But I was playing Splatoon 3, and then I was talking so much about Genshin that, few members in my audience were like, hey, you should play Genshin and Splatoon 3 at the same time. So I proceeded to have Splatoon 3 on one side and Genshin Impact on the other side and attempt to play them at the same time. At one point, though, later into the stream, I did end up actually playing both of them at the same time. But I was talking about, hey, maybe, it was like, just use your feet to play it. I was like, my Pro Controller is too small and my feet are too big to do that, so that's not gonna work. And then I was like, what I need is to get one of those, like, dance mats or whatever that you can plug into your Switch, and then I'll play Splatoon that way. I'll play Genshin with my hands. And they're like, yeah, okay. I was like, okay, maybe in the future I can do that. But...
Or you could go Andross style and you could get a stand for your controller. You play one game normal, the other one nose percent challenge.
That's what was being said too. Was I should do?
Oh, really?
Someone was like, "Hey, do you have a nose?" Like, I think so. I don't think I'm Voldemort or anything like that. But so they suggested that. So I'm thinking maybe I should do that instead. Splatoon. But then I'm like, that's gonna be so weird though to do Splatoon 3 with my nose. Maybe
How do you shoot? How do you push the
Exactly.
triggers? You just go like,
How do I aim? But
And that has to be hard with Genshin as well. Like, Genshin is just hard on a phone, period. Like, I'm tempted to connect my Pro Controller to my phone to play it. Because it is hard.
yeah.
Like, for the hand-eye coordination. Like, I can't do shooters on my phone. Like, the bow and arrows, it's hard.
Yeah.
Genshin is addicting. It's dangerous.
I was also playing. Yeah.
I got into it for a week before the challenge. I was playing it way too much. To an unhealthy level. But it's so much fun. You need to play it, Maddie.
I played it like years ago, slightly, but I never really made any progress.
Yeah, well, that's at the beginning. Once you get halfway through the beginning into the middle part of it, it's so much fun. And you could do co-op and stuff and actually start to do all the fun things.
Or I could just go back to trying to beat Kirby's Avalanche on hard mode.
Genshin. Play with us. Join us.
Maybe.
And then with Genshin, though, I was saying I should play Honkai Star Rail because I've also been playing through that. I mean, I feel like Honkai Star Rail would be a lot easier because it's a turn-based game. To play with, like another game like Splatoon 3, but I don't know. I don't know why I thought I could do that because both are very much intense concentration games.
Yeah, especially when you're doing the harder bosses in Genshin. Like World 5. Like you cannot easily do any of the cubes solo anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, really?
Once you get to World 5, you can't solo Genshin. You have to do co-op.
Unless you just full on make your characters into tanks, but
that's impossible without co-op.
Yeah. Basically.
Yeah. If you do the 2 games at once stream, one of them you're gonna have to do like a visual novel or something like that. That you just have to press A every now and then. Or maybe like Ace Attorney. Like something like that.
Yeah. Then I'll have to set up like a camera for my DS or something.
Oh yeah, because you can't have like 2 different games on your Switch going at the same time.
Well, or I can
And also
just
you
get
use a separate device. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
or you have the Switch and the Wii, and then you just plug the HDMI cable in and out, just back and forth.
Goodness.
It could work. Maybe not very well, but
yeah.
Okay. So next is reviews. But I checked and we don't have any. So that's kind of sad. Yeah.
Sad.
Next up, news. So we have some news. It's not a whole lot, which is great because we have a bunch of questions coming up here. But for news, first up, if you aren't aware yet and you haven't seen on our YouTube channel for the Gamer Girls Maddie and Maddie, or you just haven't been in the Discord at all, we joined forces with Off the Wall, who we've had on this podcast before, and even for April Fools last year, we switched podcasts and stuff. But we combined forces with them to aid both of us in our mission to take over the world into the one branch of family of podcasts called Radio Chaos. And we also got a couple new shows along with it, such as Anime Brew, which my
Yes.
two lovely co-hostesses I have on today host. And also, Presto started the 1 minute podcast, which every episode he's going to be adding a minute. And someone was like, and Octoboy was saying, wait till it gets to 24 hours. I'm like, that'll be I did the math. That'll be episode 1440. So if he gets that far, then you can listen to Presto talk about something for 24 hours. And then we have a podcast I shadow dropped called Milk and Cookies, which is about baking and technology. So that's go check
Do you have a
that
release
out.
schedule on that? I'm just curious.
Bi-weekly.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try to stay more committed to that than I am with this. Because that one I can
How
kind
dare
of record.
you? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, how dare you?
That one I can kind of record multiple episodes at once though, since there's no news segment or anything.
Are they gonna be shorter?
Yeah, they're gonna be short and sweet. The idea is that it's kind of just for technology. Some of it's just kind of like a quick rundown of stuff. So it's not going to be as long. So if you're wanting to know something about technology, such as the most recent episodes about authorization, if you want to know just about authorization, it's just a quick 5 minutes talking about authorization. So
Okay.
yeah. Next we have the Spring Splatfest, which is next weekend. Which animal is the fluffiest? Baby chicks versus whittle bunnies versus bear cubs. Bear cubs is a little suspicious to me because who was a bear? Mr. Grizz. Who's the villain of Splatoon 3 story mode? Mr. Grizz. I don't know. It's a little suspicious. Especially since Big Man's the one supporting bear cubs.
Oh, conspiracy theory.
Yeah. But I'm team Whittle Bunnies all the way. Because I have a Whittle bunny.
Bunnies are cute. Bunnies are cute.
I don't.
Team bunny.
Yeah, I don't really have a strong opinion towards this one. I don't know. I think they're all cute. It really depends on I guess who I'm playing with. No offense, but both Mute Dog and Mud are going Team Bears. So if I hop on stream, playing during stream, I might go Bears to play with them. But I don't know. So I'm kind of leaning towards bears for that reason. I mean, bunnies are cute too. I mean, chicks are cute. I don't know.
Chicks are delicious. You just have to wait a little bit though. For them to grow up and then
My goodness.
Chick-fil-A.
Oh, okay, but have you ever held a little baby chick in your hand? It's the cutest thing.
Yeah. They're very fluffy.
Too.
Yeah.
Bunnies are very fluffy as well.
Bunnies are cute.
Yeah.
I like bunnies.
Bears just look. They look like from a distance. They don't look like they could hurt you. They're like, oh, they're so soft. I'll just go pet you. But.
And then they try to take over the world.
Yeah. So but that's why they will win the Splatfest, is because they're cute, but they're secretly vicious. So. Yeah.
Liz, so what team are you?
I don't play Splatoon 3. I don't play Splatoon, period. But
What team
I
would
would
you go
say
with though?
I would go with bunnies. Bunnies are cute. Bunnies are cute and fluffy, like the little floppy ears. I love the floppy
Yeah.
ears.
Love bunnies.
Yes, bunnies are cute.
Next, more like not Nintendo news, but Sega news, I guess. We have Fearless Year of Shadow. I think it's gonna be. I've seen that's gonna be similar to the Year of Luigi, but it's Shadow the Hedgehog. He's getting his own year now.
Hmm.
So
Is that because of
yeah,
the new Sonic movie and he's getting a show, right? Or is that Knuckles?
Knuckles is getting a show
Oh, then why are they doing Year of Shadow?
because he's gonna be in the movie this year. I think.
Okay. I don't know. I hadn't even heard about this. But I've also been mostly offline for the past week,
Yeah.
so
And then finally, we have some Nintendo Switch Online for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. We have some updates. We're getting Amazing Heberique, Super R-Type, and Wrecking Crew 98. I might play Wrecking Crew 98.
I think that's the only one I've actually heard of, and I still don't know
Yeah.
what it is. I don't know what any of these are. But they're from before 2004, so I could try them.
True.
True. You could.
Next.
They
Oh,
Yeah,
you can go.
I was just gonna say they have some strange choices for what they. I don't understand the NES and Super Nintendo, like it's so random what games they add, and then the games they do add
Yeah.
is like, okay, that exists, I guess, cool.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
like
need to
I'm
add
still
Pog.
waiting. Yeah, I'm still waiting for Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Like,
I don't think that's happening.
yeah, well, we're
One
missing
can
all the
hope.
older Pokemon games. Like, what's happening there?
I really thought they would announce that as a bundle, like they
Same.
sell it. I really thought that was gonna happen in the last presents or something.
And
Because
nope,
it's
Right.
been
they
a
did not.
rumor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. As far as on NSO, really for like Super Nintendo, I just want Chrono Trigger. And I know it's not gonna happen because they'd have to get the rights from Square, I think, but if they could, that's really all I want left. That's it. Just add that and just be done with base NSO
Mhm.
adding games. You've got it. You got it covered. Now please focus on GBA more, please.
Right.
Mhm.
But yeah, if they added the Pokemon games, I would probably cry. I would be so happy.
I
Would be
just want
nice.
Pokemon Emerald. Or,
Yeah.
yeah, and the Johto games.
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah, they just need to add all the games at this point.
Yep.
I don't know what they're waiting for.
They're waiting for money.
Yeah.
Money is going to come regardless.
Exactly.
So,
Now,
so true.
they also need to do it now before they lose more people.
They should make a Game and Watch, one of those little
Oh,
systems. That
I would buy that.
Yeah. That would be insane. If they did that and put
Mhm.
like Gen 3 on there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would love that.
I would buy that. The only thing though is how would they do the link cable? They could do
Oh.
something with like Bluetooth or something.
Mm.
Oh my
Or they do one of the older games that doesn't need the link cable.
Y'all,
Right.
you just reminded me of yet another game I played this week. Granted, it was only for like 10 minutes before I was like, nah, never mind. But I tried Pokemon Stadium 2, which I had never played before on NSO. And it's kind of depressing because they have this whole like link cable menu that you're from the
That
original game that you
can't
sync
use.
the Game Boy to. And it's just totally useless because you
Maybe
can't.
it's not. Maybe I don't know. One can
That's a
hope.
big reason
they're
people
waiting.
rumored that it was that the original, that Red and Blue, were coming on Game Boy when that happened, but it hasn't. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
But
well.
yeah, that game, I we really need to get like a group together and try some mini games from Stadium, because when I was looking at it, I was like, oh yeah, there's really not very much to do by yourself. Like the battle mode's kind of like not that interesting, especially that now that we're at a time where mainline Pokemon games are on console, so it's not really a novelty anymore to play battles on your TV, although the personality and the animation is kind of worth it alone, because
Yeah.
there's so much personality in Stadium. But yeah, I want to try the mini games sometime. But anyway.
Okay. So now get into questions. And boy, do we have questions. First, from Ember Aqua, who's your favorite Genshin Impact character? Who's your favorite Honkai Star Rail character? I feel like Maddie can't answer too much to this. Liz can at least answer the Genshin Impact one, I know.
Yeah. Yeah. It's probably my two mains. Kikui and Kokomine. Kikui is a really good DPS. I've used her instead. Razor used to be my main DPS, but I'm using her rather. She's so good. And Kokomine is honestly so overpowered. Because she's not only a healer, but she's like a sub DPS. She's not. I don't know if it's just my build that I have for her. Because everybody uses her as support. She's almost my DPS. Like she's so strong and she's a healer. She's overpowered. And her design is so good as well.
Yeah, I really like her design too. I just haven't been able to get her, so
Yeah, she hasn't been on banner in a while.
yeah.
I remember I stopped playing for a good bit, and I had so many primo gems in my letters that I just spammed wishes and I got her and Kokomine at like the same time.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah, my favorite Genshin Impact character is either Farina, which I use her as, I guess, a support. I don't fully understand the whole support DPS and everything. I'll also use her as a healer sometimes, but
Mm.
usually I use her as support for all her like little minions that'll attack. But I use Navia because her sub, I think is what it is overpowered. But both of
Mm.
them are relatively new, and it was right when I hopped on, so I got a bunch of wishes and then was able to get both of them.
Nice.
And then Honkai Star Rail, I got the Acheron, I think is how you say it. But she's like a brand new character, and I really like her. But she's really powerful. She can KO enemies without going into battle, which is very nice.
Hmm.
Yeah. Maddie, do you have any opinion on this?
I
Any at all?
I don't know. I mean, I haven't played in probably a good 2 to 3 years. And I was looking at characters, but like since I don't have like experience playing with them, I
Mhm.
don't know. I don't know.
Just pick your favorite character design. There's so many good ones.
Um, I don't- okay, I'll just go with the first one I see. No. Man, they don't say their names on there. That's kind of that's disappointing. Okay.
Typically they do.
I should okay, who's this? No.
There you go.
See, there's so many characters. Oh, did you send me a link?
Yeah, and it has all their
To-
names.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I should have been looking. Um,
Get in the book.
there's so many.
Yeah.
How about Ooh, Chiori's new.
Yep. I really like
Yeah, she
Wanderer
looks cool.
too.
I'll go with her.
Go with who? Chiori?
Sure.
Okay.
She's a spear Geo user? Yeah, she is.
Sword. Dual
Oh,
wielder.
really? A dual wielder? Wow.
Yeah. It says she's just one sword, but she actually dual wields.
Huh. We don't have a dual wielder yet, even though
Yep.
she's a sing. Like, I know it's probably just a character design thing, and she actually doesn't wield two swords. But we don't have a character design like that, which is cool.
I chose the coolest character, so
Obviously.
Yeah. Pokemon's still cool. She reminds me of Shinobu from Demon Slayer.
Yeah, I can see that.
Or not Shinobu, the butterfly girl. Yeah.
Yep.
Mm.
do we want to
But
move on to the Pokemon questions? Because
yeah,
we have a lot.
you can go for it. You can say the next one, Maddie.
Okay. This is from Octoboy. If you had to get rid of one Pokemon spin-off franchise forever, which one would it be?
Goodness. I don't play many of the spin-offs, so honestly, maybe.
So I have an answer. If you guys are still thinking.
Okay.
But I am a big fan of the Pokemon spin-off games. In fact, honestly, if we looked at a list, I've probably played literally almost all of them. Like, just like how I've played literally almost every Pokemon game. I have problems. Don't let Game Freak do this to you. Save yourself. But the only Pokemon spin-off game that I can think of that I have not played, besides Pokemon XD, which I would never, that game looks amazing, and I really want to try it. But the only other one I can think of that I think I have never played ever is Hey You Pikachu. And I've seen some videos on it, and it's a fun gimmick, but it doesn't look the best. So I think the world would be okay if we had to get rid of Hey You Pikachu. So that's my answer. And I think that one's a little less controversial than being like Mystery Dungeon, Ranger, Snap. Because all of those are very iconic.
Right. Maybe mine is like Pokemon Smile or Pokemon Sleep. Like those are so gimmicky, and Pokemon Smile never worked for me. I never got it. And like Pokemon Sleep is so
Yeah.
designed to as a money grabber for you to buy the new device. Like, if it had compatibility with the Apple Watch, then I would say maybe it's a decent game. But since it doesn't,
My big problem with sleep is that you have to have your phone on the whole time and it has to be on your
yeah,
bed.
Yeah. It gets
like
really hectic.
why? Yeah, like why couldn't they make compatibility with the Apple Watch? Like the Apple Watch already tracks your sleep. Like, why is that not compatible?
They want you to
Yeah,
buy the Pokemon Go Plus Plus to
Yeah, of
use.
course, it's a money grabber.
Like $70.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. Has a
Yeah, for
Pikachu
Well,
spend.
alarm clock.
if we're talking mobile games, then even like I would probably say like Pokemon Masters. That
Yeah.
it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Um Pokemon Cafe Remix is cute. I haven't played
I
very much
liked
of
that
it, but
game. I
I'm
yeah,
haven't
that's a
played it
good
in a
one.
while.
Um Another one I thought of that I don't know if you guys are familiar with. I actually haven't played this one. I forgot about it, but Pokemon Rumble was a WiiWare game and it got like this little free very similar game on the 3DS that I had played, but I've never played the original Rumble. But it's like, I don't know how to describe it if you haven't seen it, but you're like these little like sort of like chibi versions of the
That
Pokemon. And then
animation always
if
bugged me. That chibi animation, it bugged me.
yeah, so I would be okay if we wiped this from existence. I mean, I think it is kind of a cute game, but I haven't really played it, so I don't know. That's another one.
Yeah. I think I'll agree with um the Hey You Pikachu. I feel like we didn't do that or any of like the Pikachu series games.
Yeah.
But um,
Do
Pokemon
we want
Channel
to
or Pokemon Dash.
with the what?
Just Hey You Pikachu, Pokemon Channel, and Pokemon Dash is what Bulbapedia is classifying as the Pikachu series.
Oh, I totally forgot that those exist either. So, yeah, I haven't
Exactly.
played those.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yep.
um,
Mhm.
next one question from Molitrov. If you were sucked into a Pokemon game, spin-offs included, which one?
Mm.
Hmm.
Probably Mystery Dungeon, which is Pokemon. Like I would love that.
That's kind of what I was thinking too, Mystery Dungeon. Um,
Mm.
Probably specifically if I was sucked into it, probably specifically Explorers of Sky, because I like the characters and this and everything in that one the most.
Mm.
But then the question is, do I want to be a Pokemon or do I want to be sucked into another game where I'm a person with Pokemon? And so,
Oh,
cause
I was still thinking about spin-offs.
yeah, cause
Yeah,
it
it
says
doesn't.
spin-offs included,
Right,
but
but it doesn't have to be a spin.
Right.
Pokemon Mystery Dungeon would be interesting because I think it'd be fun to be a Pokemon, but
And if we're
mhm.
talking all games, probably X and Y. Like, no
yeah.
doubt, X and
Take me to
Y.
Puri. I mean,
Or Mega Ruby.
technically, if you... Yeah. What is that? 5?
And 6.
6.
Gen 6, yeah. Just any of the Gen 6 games.
Mm-hmm. That was the
Okay.
best of Pokemon and the last of the best.
Yeah, that's a conversation for a day. That could be a whole podcast.
It could.
My other thought though is like being a Pokemon Ranger would be kind of cool.
That would
with your little
pretty fun
True.
too.
mini thing and
But how do you do it like in real life? Do you just go like
it's a
spin your,
yo-yo,
wand?
Yeah, I don't know.
'Cause I don't think in the game you're gonna be doing it on the little screen.
No.
They had a couple anime episodes with Rangers. I don't remember how they did it. I think it's like a yo-yo lasso type of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was that in one of the movies?
I think it was in one of the movies, like the Manaphy one.
I like vaguely remember that.
Me
I
too.
don't know. Yeah.
I just remember seeing a ranger in like a lasso type motion.
Yeah.
I don't know. Something.
Yeah.
There's a whole movie called Pokémon Ranger in the Temple of the Sea.
So I was right. The Manaphy.
Yeah,
the
the Manaphy episode.
Huh.
That's cool.
I have not watched Pokemon movies in forever.
Hey, they're from before 2004. The good ones are, at least. So.
The Jirachi Wishmaker isn't. That's the
Is that
best one.
2005 or 6?
Probably 7.
Oh. Well, darn. I still love like the first 3 are like my favorites. Still, the original Celebi and the one with the legendary birds is pretty good.
Yeah, Lugia was a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so my answer, well, here's another option for this, is Pokemon Conquest if you want to be a ruler and send your Pokemon into battle and conquer the lands. Then maybe you want to be in Pokemon Conquest. But I'm kind of leaning towards Ranger, not gonna lie, because it's not as like violent and it's kind of a fun gimmick. I don't know.
Yeah. I think it would be fun.
Because the thing about Mystery Dungeon is then you're like going through dungeons and fighting these other crazy wild Pokemon, and it's like...
True.
And also, if you're familiar with the story, it does get kind of sad. And so it's like, well, do I really want to live through that?
Yeah, true.
I mean, I feel like Pokemon X and Y can be a bit sad too.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Maddie, do you want to give us our next question from Monkey Thunder?
From Monkey Thunder, which Pokemon would be the most delicious?
That's out there. I guess I think of Jada Animations in this one and Teriyaki with Torchic. But that's so cruel.
You want to cook your Torchic?
No, never. I would say like some good like Wagyu milk tank.
Well, my mind went towards desserts, so I was thinking like Alcremie or Swirlix, which is equally disturbing, I think. But
feel like Tropius would be good because it actually states that people eat the little bananas on Tropius, but that's not like eating the whole Pokemon.
I love
Or
how y'all are just peaceful and I'm just thinking meat.
yeah.
How about we eat Swirlix or Slurpuff? They're made of cotton candy. Just then you eat the whole thing.
Okay, what about Appleton? There's the little apple pie little
That would be
things
pretty
that
good.
yeah.
True.
I was
Ooh.
looking up. Go ahead.
Galarian, Farfetch'd, and Sirfetch'd look like they'd be pretty good too.
Pekin Farfetch'd.
And you even get the leek to use
Yes,
for
true.
the green onion. You get the green onion to use.
I looked up food Pokemon and Fido came up and I'm like, "Oh no, I don't I don't want to eat Fido. He's too cute." Imagine just like taking off the
Little
I don't
sweet
know,
buns.
the
The
little
ears.
buns. Yeah, and cooking them.
How about Slowpoke tails? Apparently those are really good.
Mm.
You see people eating them in the anime, so.
I mean, at least
How
they
about
grow back.
True. But how about Tatsugiri? Tatsugiri?
Oh, that
Oh
would be
yeah.
good.
Some nice
Lechonk would be
sashimi.
really good too.
Some good pork chops. Katsudon.
I would say
Smoliv.
Magikarp, but apparently it's confirmed he's not very tasty, so.
Yeah. What about
Look at
Smoliv?
these.
Some nice garlic stuffed Smolivs.
I don't know what they're made of. I forget the name of this Pokemon.
Mamoswine?
It's
Or
the
is that it's
pre-evolution. Pre-evolution of Mamoswine.
Swinub?
Swinub? Swinub, yeah.
Yeah,
Swinub?
Swinub.
But it's like, I don't know what that is. Is that jelly?
Oh, I think that's red bean paste. Those might be mochi.
Oh. Huh.
Tauros would be really good.
But
Steak.
Tauros would be too muscly. That's why I said
That's
Miltank.
true.
Oh.
Because Miltank is nice and fatty.
That's true.
A Tauros would be too tough because it's muscly. And same with Bouffalont. Ooh,
Yeah.
I know this is going to be so morbid, but Mareep. Some nice Mareep lamb chops.
Oh.
Lamb chops.
Or Wooloo, though, doesn't have a lot of meat on it.
Neither does Mareep. I think Wooloo. I think Wooloo would have better lamb chops.
Mareep's final evolution, Ampharos would probably have the most meat.
But then it's a mutton. That's what you do. That's what you make mutton lamb curry with. You don't. There's a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, for lamb chops, you need a little baby lamb.
Smoliv on a salad. That'd be pretty good.
Yeah.
We have leaf Pokemon.
Or what about the matcha, the haunted matcha
Oh.
from the DLC?
I feel like eating that might have, or drinking that might have some negative outcomes, though, is my only thought.
I'm looking this
How about
Pokemon up because I don't think I even have seen it.
Vanillite and its whole evolution line would be good. Just ice cream.
Poltergeist?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Wait, no, was that in Sword and Shield? Or not this? Poltergeist was in Sword and Shield.
Yeah. Well, and then it
Hold
got
on.
one of those weird where it's not a different, it's a regional variant, but like the names changed a little bit.
So it's a different Pokemon.
Poltergeist.
Yeah, Poltergeist.
Yeah.
Poltergeist.
Yeah.
Alcremie
Mm-hmm.
would be delicious.
Yep.
Especially
Yeah.
if you get it to Gigantamax. That's plenty of cake for your next birthday party.
Oh yeah.
I think I remember I watched a video of somebody animating eating a chikorita and like peeling the skin and
Oh,
peeling.
yeah, I've seen that.
Would eating a grass Pokemon be vegetarian? Or would it still be, or would you still be eating meat because it's a plant?
These are the questions.
Ooh, Knackley would be good. Great, it's just a salt chunk, but to like put on something.
Mm-hmm. The cherry Pokemon,
Yeah,
Cherim,
Cherubi, I think.
something like that.
Kingler would be pretty good.
But you forget about the ketchup. Pikachu's ketchup.
Oh, yeah.
But that's like technically not a Pokemon.
Apparently, Chansey eggs. People eat the Chansey eggs. That's
Execute
not the
eggs would be
Pokemon
good.
itself, but
You could get Tepig, make some pork chops.
True.
Tepig the pork chops might be a little spicy though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, but spicy
Compared
pork.
to yeah.
But having them spicy would be nice. How about the crab Pokemons? Have like some nice crab sushi in California rolls or whatever American sushi uses crab in.
I think it's California.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next up, from Josiah P. Match each Pokemon to the personality of the Radio Chaos crew.
Oh. I should have thought about this one more.
Yeah.
Okay, first let's find the craziest Pokemon for Beth.
I'm thinking one of the fighting Pokemons. Like one of the fighting ones. I have it in mind. I just don't know which one.
Okay, well, I know off the bat, Maddie, I feel like, is a Alolan Ninetales, because I know that's her favorite Pokemon, but just how it's like, I don't know, it's so, Alolan Ninetales, I think.
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm kind of thinking, I'm so bad with the Gen 9 Pokemon. What's the cat starter? What's the final evolution?
Oh, it's
Masquerada?
Masquerada. Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
that's a good fit.
Because it's like a cat, which is
right.
Which is totally you, but it's also like, I don't know. It's got more to it. It's got magical
Mysterious.
powers. Yeah.
Which is also Alolan Ninetales, I feel like it's a bit mysterious.
Yeah, we're very mysterious.
I feel like Alolan Ninetales, though, is also confident.
I was thinking for you, Beth, like Megalopony or the Minfu. I don't know why. I always think of you as a fighting Pokemon.
I can see that.
And then what about Liz?
I feel like Eevee, because she can do a lot of different things, but it's like, it appears to be very simplistic, but it's really not.
Hey. I wouldn't mind Eevee. Eevee's still one of my favorites.
I like that.
Let's see. I think we technically have to do Presto Logan.
Yeah.
Well, no, there's only one Logan on off the wall. Presto, Logan, and Tyler. Obviously, they're all Magikarps.
Yeah. They just splash around. Um. Hmm.
I'm just scrolling through the Pokédex.
Till something.
Yeah.
Hmm. It's hard. Um.
Hmm.
Um.
This is.
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna say. Um. I'm gonna say Logan is Pancham.
I could see that.
Because I don't know why. It just seems. Oh, you know what? Presto is Chespin, and Logan is Pancham, just like in the anime. But then I don't know. But then I don't know who Tyler would be.
Oh, hello, Cat. Yeah. Do you have any ideas? I don't. Do you have any ideas?
Beth has her cat. Oh, now Liz
Yeah.
has her cat.
Liz has her cat.
Oh, now I have a wire, or I would.
Oh.
I have a squishmallow.
Cow! The cow!
Yeah.
I always
Now
called
she's
that
laying on the floor behind.
the dragon squishmallows look like cows to me. I don't know why.
They do. No, yeah,
They
you're right from
kind
the
of do
front.
the way they do the noses.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like I have
It's like a
that
magical
one.
cow.
Yeah. And I call him
Yeah.
Dracow.
That's funny. Okay, so we just need Tyler and is that it?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, I think I think Tyler would be a fire type.
I could see him as Incineroar.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Picking fights. It's a lot harder. Because I have
I
to
know.
Cyndaquil, sticking with all the starters.
I was thinking like Typhlosion.
Ooh.
Like if we're doing like
Thinking
final
Infernape,
evolution.
maybe.
Yeah.
Totodile, maybe? I don't know.
That
Like when
could
I think of
fit. Yeah,
Tyler.
if they're all like goofy
Yeah.
little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when I think of Tyler, I think of the me as the goofy face that used to be his Discord profile.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And that to me seems like Totodile. Something goofy.
Yeah, I agree with
Yeah.
that reasoning.
Yeah.
So, what did we
Hopefully
say?
they've been thoroughly insulted.
Yeah, what did we say Logan and Tyler were again? Not Tyler,
Pancham
but so what did we
and
say everyone was?
We said Presto's Chespin, Logan
Right.
is Pancham,
Right.
and Tyler is Totodile.
Yes.
And I'm Lola Ninetails. Beth is Meowscarada, and Liz is Eevee.
Yes.
Okay,
Evie.
nice.
So, Maddie, do you want to give us the next question or questions from Zomber Cannon?
Okay, from Zomber Cannon. Who would win in a Pokemon battle between Maddie and Maddie? And what would a 6 Pokemon team look like of just your 6 favorite Pokemon?
obviously we know Maddie would win
Yes,
in Maddie versus
Madison would
Maddie.
win.
That's an obvious thing. I don't know.
The best Maddie would win.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like we've had Pokemon battles before. And I feel like we're even. I feel like I've won a couple.
I feel like
and you've
feel
won
like
a
I
couple.
always win. I think you're remembering this wrong.
I don't think so.
In Sword
I
and
won't
Shield,
pick favorites.
in Sword and Shield, wouldn't we do those like random, like we could only battle with legendaries, or we can only battle with like electric types, or just like random
Or starters.
Yeah.
Especially when like Pokemon Home we were doing that. With
Yeah.
Pokemon Home we were doing.
Yeah. Okay, what about both of us individually versus Liz? Who would win? Like Beth versus Liz.
I feel like the 2v1. I feel like we would.
No, not 2v1.
Oh.
I'm saying like Beth versus Liz and me versus Liz.
Oh. I feel like Liz would win against me. I feel like it would be
I feel like
close
I would
between
lose.
you two.
I don't do competitive well, period, in anything. I think I would probably lose.
I haven't thought about competitive Pokemon in a long time. Like I used to think about like I was very novice at it, but like I did a little bit of team building for fun. But that was back in my day.
Mm.
No more. So I don't know. The hardest thing I do in Pokemon games now is like Nuzlocke, and that doesn't really come down to like that's not really competitive battling.
Right.
Yeah.
So. I have experienced competitive building for the Terror raids because you really needed to have a competitive build to do any of the Terror raids successfully. I have experience in that, but still, I'm not that good.
Yeah.
So
do we want to answer who our 6 Pokemon team would look like? Of our favorites?
I think I have mine. Maybe.
Okay. You can go ahead then.
So, I think mine would be Meowscarada, Incineroar. Notice a trend at all. But then also Mudkip.
Okay.
And I feel like Kyogre because I really like Kyogre. What else is there?
This is looking pretty powerful already.
Mm-hmm.
Mudkip. Right? Yeah. But what else is there? I feel like Persian. Just normal Persian.
All cats.
Yeah.
Cats and Kyogre.
The Axolotl and the
Mm-hmm.
Kyogre. And then I feel like Clodsire because I love I think that's what the right Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Clodsire. So yeah, that would be my team. Meowscarada, Incineroar, and Persian for half the team being cats. And then the other half being water or Axolotl. We have Mudkip, Kyogre, and Clodsire. Yeah, when my Paldean and Wooper evolved, I fell in love instantly with
Yes.
Yeah. That would be mine.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to go, Liz, or I can go?
You can go. I'm still building mine. There's so many to choose from.
So when Liz drew my current profile picture for my channel, she asked me some of my favorite Pokemon to give her ideas of what to draw. And so already on here, are some of my favorite Pokemon, so this makes it a lot easier for me. So, so first of all, I'm going with full evolutions. Like, instead of Riolu, I would have Lucario, and I would do Mega Lucario because Mega Lucario is awesome. And then I would have Alolan Ninetales because I love Alolan Ninetales. And then I would have Blaziken, and then Milotic, and then Talonflame. I know that's 2 fire types, but Talonflame's cool, so just go with it. And then I go back and forth on my favorite evolution, but I like Glaceon a lot. So I'm going to go with Glaceon. And then finally for my last one, Dragonite.
Nice.
This is a pretty solid team too.
I wouldn't say those are like definitively my favorite Pokemon because my opinions change all the time, but
Right.
they're just Pokemon that I like a lot. So
My favorite team is whatever teams I used for Gen 8 and Gen 9, which I forgot most of them. But mine would be Lucario, Delphox, any of the Ninetales. I like all of the Ninetales, but probably Kanto mainly. Milotic. I really like Milotic. And that's 4, I think. And my last 2 I don't know about. I think Fido. Fido is one of my favorites. It's a cute doggo. And for a bird Pokemon, because you always need a bird Pokemon, I honestly don't know.
I'm surprised you don't have any starters.
I had Delphox.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, Staraptor. Staraptor has
Ooh.
always been on my team.
That's a good one.
And that's typically how my teams usually go around, is having Staraptor and Lucario as my always on my team.
Yeah. Nice. I love how half of our team is like the same.
I know.
It's funny.
I was surprised you didn't choose Delphox. Like, I honestly would have assumed.
Yeah, I just as far as fire starters go, I like Torchic more.
True.
So, yeah.
Torchic's pretty. Yeah, I thought about putting Blaziken. I would actually, yeah, I would switch out Blaziken with. Then I have 2 fire starters. Oh well. I think I would probably substitute Persian with Blaziken.
I thought Mudkip was your favorite.
Mudkip is my favorite, but Blaziken's pretty cool too.
Yeah, Mudkip's final is just not my favorite.
Yeah, I don't care for Squirtle too much.
Yeah, I mean he's very well built, but the design could have been better.
Yeah.
Honestly, most of the final evolutions have been letdowns in my opinions. There are a few good ones, but most of them, I don't know, sort of lose specialty of the beginning stage.
They evolve too fast. Like, whenever I start a playthrough, then I'm like, no, you're already evolving. You're not cute anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
What's our next question?
our next question is from Dastardly John. Okay, this is kind of the same question again, I feel like.
Yeah.
What is your ideal Pokemon team? I feel like that's kind of what we answered.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, mine would be a bit of the same. Maybe I would add a flying type, like What's Fletchender's final evolution?
Talonflame?
Talonflame.
Yeah, Talonflame. Probably put Talonflame instead of.
Yeah, I guess I could look at this question from a different perspective of like when I'm playing through a Pokemon game, like what type of Pokemon am I gonna have? And so I guess from that perspective, it really depends on if we're talking the older or the newer Pokemon games, because the older ones, HMs and stuff like that was gonna play a big role. Like obviously I have my starter, then I have my water type that I can surf with, and then I have maybe like a fighting type or whatever the base normal type is or something to be able to traverse around, and then the rest of the Pokemon was kind of up to whatever. Like I like having an electric type sometimes just because I like electric types.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Or there's always the Pokemon that are just randomly way too strong. And so if you get like oh my goodness, I'm thinking of in Black and White, what's the crocodile Pokemon? I'm totally blanking.
Crocodile.
Crocodile. Yes. Crocodile. I can sweep with Crocodile. I don't know why, but yeah, just one of those that if I'm just tired of battling, I'll just get out one of those and just use Crunch or something and just knock KO everything out.
Yeah.
Yeah. But a lot of times when I play through a Pokemon game, like I it's been a couple weeks now, but I am like slowly going through Pokemon X right now. And a lot of times, like especially with the newer games, I'm just like trying to like complete the decks. So my team like changes out a lot, which X and Y is great for that because there's so many Pokemon. Like right from the beginning of the game.
Yeah. I feel like you have the whole entire decks from like after like the second badge. Of like
You
the
really
whole
do.
national decks.
Yeah. So yeah, usually I'm less concerned about team building and more just like I just want to catch them all.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm.
Next question from Presto the Magnificent. What's your dream Pokemon spin-off? And if you can combine one other franchise with Pokemon, what would it be? What would the game be like?
My answer kind of is an answer to both. If you guys have an answer, you can go, or I can go first. Doesn't matter to me.
Whatever.
Yeah, you can go first.
Okay. Well, my two favorite franchises of all time are Pokemon, of course, and Animal Crossing. So I don't totally know how this would work, but if we had some kind of crossover, I know that would be my favorite thing ever. So basically, you have this not an island, maybe you have a town, and it's in the Pokemon world, like any of the spin-offs that are just in like Rhyme City or some place, or maybe we are like in the area like where new Pokemon Snap is or something like that. But I would love if it was like a city builder, and then it had that like decoration aspect that Animal Crossing has. but then maybe they still somehow incorporate like catching Pokemon in there too. I'm not totally sure how. Like maybe you do like missions for like the other people in the town or whatever, and then which unlocks new areas to go catch Pokemon, and maybe it's almost more like Legends Arceus in the way that you catch them. Like I don't know. No, that's like 3 different genres of games all in one, but yeah. So okay, maybe my answer is Pokemon Legends, but with city building and designing incorporated into it.
Right.
In a way that's kind of like Animal Crossing because of the decoration aspect. Because I want it to be more cutesy as opposed to like, I don't know, like The Sims or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be fun. For me, I'll separate the two for like a spin-off. I think like a Professor Oak's type lab where it's like an Animal Crossing where you're trying to build your reserve. It's all the Pokemon are free range in this reserve. And you're like researching all the Pokemon and what they like and what you don't like and building friendship. And like building exhibits. I think that would be cute.
I love that idea.
Yeah. Sort of like a combination Pokemon Snap, normal Pokemon, and Animal Crossing. It's more I can't think of like it's on the tip. I feel like there's a game like that out there. Yeah. You're just researching Pokemon. And yeah. That would be cute.
Yeah.
And of course for a spin-off Animal Crossing. Like
Yeah.
without a doubt.
Beth's gonna say Genshin, right?
My
Kidding.
dream Pokemon spinoff is a lot like you said, where you would be designing stuff. Like for instance, like a Pokemon daycare, you could design it. I think that would be fun. And then you get to like run the Pokemon daycare and everything. I feel like that would be fun. So if I could combine Pokemon with any other franchise, I think I would do like The Legend of Zelda.
Oh yeah.
But it would be very similar. It would just kind of be more of a reskin of Pokemon, but it takes place in the world of Zelda. But there is still, I guess, you could have some combat where it's you fighting, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I first thought of Genshin and like Zelda as a combination game, but then I thought that's basically just Pokemon, just RPG and
Yeah,
like Power World. So I didn't really count it.
that's true. It would just become Power World.
Yeah. So, do we want to move on to the next question?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
final question. We got
Final
through all of
question.
them.
Yeah.
Almost.
All right. From Monkey Thunder, which baby Pokemon is the cutest?
I feel like I might already know what Maddie's is.
You might be wrong.
I might be wrong.
Okay. Well, you think it's Riolu.
That is true.
And I agree. That's definitely up there, but I'm torn between Riolu and Togepi.
Oh yeah,
Cool.
Togepi's
Yeah.
pretty cute.
So, yeah.
Honestly, same though. Like, yeah, those are my favorites.
think Toxel's funny because it's just this grumpy little baby, grumpy baby.
Yes.
Pichu's pretty cute. It's the only one that's only baby Pokemon in Smash too, so
Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah. I think my favorite is Voodoo though, because it evolves into Roselia and Roserade, which I really like them as well.
True.
What about that one? There's not enough. There needs to be more baby Pokemon.
There does.
Yeah. And there's plenty of Pokemon that could have baby Pokemon.
Genghis Khan.
Mhm.
Cleffa's cute. Um, yeah. My least favorite's probably Smoochum.
Mhm. I never liked Smoochum.
Yeah.
I like Why Not too, because why not? But
You know what we need? We need like a baby Lapras. That would be
baby
cute.
Lapras would be cute.
Yes.
Like that's needed. And there's actually a couple. There are a couple that need baby Pokemon.
I feel like you could do baby Eevee, but I don't know. That might get
A baby
chaotic.
Miltank.
A baby Miltank.
Or, think
That
about
would
it, a
probably
cute
be a
little.
lot cuter than Miltank.
Yeah. A
MNJTV would
baby
be so
side.
disappointed.
Yeah. Its worst enemy. A
Yeah.
baby Psyduck. Think about it, a baby Psyduck. Like
That
a cute
could
little
happen.
Quaxley.
Baby Psyduck.
Because
That would be really
Masuda, that's his favorite Pokemon, right? Psyduck.
Ooh.
So. Oh. Psyduck in Pokemon Concierge is so adorable.
I definitely think my favorite baby Pokemon is either Why Not, Badoo.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna have to go with Togepi. I mean, I love Togepi from the anime and in Heart Gold Soul Silver when you're given Togepi basically.
Mhm.
And so it basically, I don't know, it always became a part of my team at least when I played
True.
those games.
Yeah. Togepi's cute. I want to say Riolu, but it feels so basic at this point. Since it's also one of your favorites. Like, now I'm
That's
sort of
okay.
leaning like, my other two favorites, it's like Mime Jr. or Munchlax from the anime.
I love Munchlax.
Mhm. I remember
But
Mime Jr. with James. That was always so cute.
I forgot about that. That was the Diamond and Pearl, right?
Mhm. Yeah, and a little
Yeah.
bit of Owen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Picking baby Pokemon's hard. But I guess Riolu or Mr. Mime. Or Mime Jr.
My favorite
Oh.
thing to do with Togepi is just choose Metronome over and over again. Just to see what attacks I get. I was obsessed with that. I just battle with Togepi and just use Metronome against gym leaders, against. Yeah, I did not know what I was doing
Mhm.
back then. Well, I guess
Huh.
we did it.
We
We
did
made
it.
it to the topic. Are we like 2 hours in?
Almost.
I think we're like an hour and a half.
I think we have 11 minutes till 2 hours.
Okay.
So now we can get into the Gamer Girl topic. So today we'll be talking about Pokémon Legends Z to A theories. What we think's gonna happen, what we think's not gonna happen. Just our general ideas and thoughts on the game.
Mm-hmm.
Pulling up the trailer so that
Yeah.
I
I guess before we talk about the theories, we should talk about the trailer. Like, from the very start of the whole Pokemon Presents, I swore it was going to be Johto. They were hinting at it so hard, and it's like the stuffies in the back.
Yeah.
Music felt very Johto and very Gen 1 to me. Like, I thought it was going to be a bundle of retro games with Red and Johto. And plus, what's with all the unknowns? Like the unknowns, I thought that was going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it
That's what I
caught
was
me
gonna
for
say.
such a loop. And it's like, and they did the whole sci-fi intro into Kalos. That confused me. Like, I thought, is this going to be a future game? Like, I really wanted it to be a future game. Like, not set in the past. But then, and I saw Luminos Tower, and I was like so excited.
Yeah. So
And I love how they are reconstructing it or constructing it like the Eiffel Tower. That part was a nice little Easter egg.
yeah, so what's really interesting about this is they confirm that this entire game is taking place in Lumio City.
Mm-hmm.
And which some people were a little bit concerned about that. I think Lumio City, they can make that as massively huge as they want it to be because just
They
in X
could.
and Y, it already looked like such a big city. And that was just on the little 3DS, and that was like not going into all the buildings and everything. So
I used to get so lost going through Lumio City.
I just was like, because like I said, I've been slowly playing through Pokemon X, and like I
Mhm.
recently got to Lumio City, and they have, it's funny, they have these like construction people like blocking you off, like, oh, there's no
Yeah.
power over there, and there is power. I've seen like memes about that too, but
Yeah.
it's so ridiculous because it's like, and all the roads look the same, so,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, so. The if we want to like do we want to like go through the trailer or like what happens in the trailer, because we start with this like planning like blueprint stuff
Mm-hmm.
going on,
Yeah.
which to me signals that, we're going to be in the game before the town's built, which isn't totally
Right.
surprising because that's how it was with Jubilife Village. Because
Right.
it's
Mm-hmm.
not the city. Although, unlike Arceus, maybe we're actually seeing the town be built into the grand, like, scope of how it is by the time of X and Y.
Yeah,
Then,
I would hope for that.
but then we have the futuristic thing going on too.
I completely thought they were hinting for VR for some reason. Like, I thought that was going to happen, that they're announcing like a VR type game, like MMO, SAO type Pokemon game. Like, that has been my biggest wish is a SAO Pokemon game.
Yeah. It's interesting because it's definitely either going to be set in the future or it's going to be set in the past. Because, like Maddie was saying, all the blueprint stuff, it could be in the past when the city's being built, but also all the blueprints super futuristic, like you were saying, and so it could be in the future.
I have
it
a
says
theory.
urban development plan.
Yeah. Right.
I have a big theory. So we have the unknown. So that's like hinting at Johto, but there's no Johto. We have the future, we have the past. What about Celebi? What if Celebi is teleporting us between worlds and between the different timelines of future and past? And somehow there's Johto mixed in with it, and there's the unknown. That's my theory, is that Celebi is going to be a major part of this all.
You know, Legends Arceus starts with Arceus. Like, you have the phone and Arceus sending you back to the past. So if that can happen, then I feel like it's sort of reasonable to think that Celebi or some other legendary could move you back and forth. So
yeah, but that's the whole thing with Celebi in the anime, is that Celebi is the teleporter.
Yeah.
And the time traveler. Then also I believe there's a couple points with unknown being tied in with it. In a couple episodes.
There's the Pokemon movie that Celebi, or not Celebi, well, there's the one with Celebi, but then there's the unknown one that the unknown are, like, involved in, like, they, like, send the girl. That's not really, that was, like, an alternate reality, though.
But I feel like there was an episode in Diamond and Pearl with it. And an episode in Black and White with time travel. I don't remember, but yeah. I would bet all my money that Celebi is going to be part of this game. It makes so much sense to me.
That'd be really interesting. And then also, but how does Zygarde tie into this?
Problem is we never really had much backstory with Zygarde. It was just Zygarde was sort of just there. And we never really knew what his deal was, if he was human-made, if he was chaos-made. Like, what was its deal? So I can't really say how it ties in.
Yeah. And then my other theory too, because it's called Z to A, not A to Z.
A to Z.
We have the character AZ, so and we have the story of X and Y. So, you know, if this is in the past, like, I'm thinking maybe the time of, like, the ultimate weapon.
Yes, the Great War.
The Great War that's talked about in X and Y.
And in and in the Ruby games.
Yeah. But because it's Z to A, does that mean present to past?
That supports it. That supports the whole Celebi thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe you're in the future and something goes really wrong. And the reason it goes wrong is because of something that happened in the far past.
Or maybe you're trying to undo the whole entire timeline.
Maybe this is a timeline that Team Flare wins at trying to destroy the world. And so then
that would be good.
So then
you have to go into the past.
Yeah.
That would be really cool.
That would be such a good callback.
Because Also, we have Mega Evolution, so we already know we have
True.
the regular timeline, we have the Mega Evolution timeline.
And this is in the
In
Mega timeline.
in the Mega timeline, something happens to Looker, and he like gets transported to the past, right? Because he like shows up in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, right? So then Looker get transported to the past.
Yeah, then yeah.
So
My brain is just it's already overloaded.
Yeah.
so maybe if this is the Mega Evolution timeline, because we have Mega Evolution.
hmm
So maybe in this timeline, granted,
But if
because
the
it
world
could
gets
take place.
destroyed, how could they send you into the past? Unless it happened right in the moment the world's being destroyed, and you like
That's
see it, and then
true.
you get sent to the past.
Yeah. Oh, I have a cool cutscene theory. Or not theory, just idea. So it's your idea how you get time travel during destruction. So that's Xerneas calling on Celebi to fix it all. Because Xerneas is the power of life and controls life and nature.
Yeah.
So what if Xerneas is calling on Celebi to fix it all?
Yeah.
That would be good.
That would be really cool.
I'm getting chills
How,
thinking about this.
how would Yveltal play into that?
Evoltal is being handled by AZ or Team Flare as destruction.
Mm. Okay.
And is Zygarde the trilogy of chaos? What is Zygarde's whole
I don't
deal?
know.
Wasn't
It's
Zygarde in the movie? Wait, I remember now. Zygarde was there to balance it all.
yeah.
It only
He's
came out when there was imbalance between life and death.
Yeah. Something like that.
Mm. Yeah, that's what Zygarde was. Zygarde was like the ultimatum that resets everything.
so yeah.
The
He's
only
supposed to. Maybe Zygarde's the one sending you into the past, since it's supposed to be monitoring everything, which is why it's called Pokemon Z to A.
True.
Yeah. And then maybe the Zygarde cells in his different forms could play into that, like
And they're helping you and giving you
yeah.
hints like Navi.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
So
But
I guess the only what?
you go.
Oh, I was just gonna say only thing I'm wondering is if it did do this present to past thing, how would the gameplay work? Because we're assuming that this is like Legends Arceus as far as gameplay. And so, do you start in like the real world and like you're like catching Pokemon and have a team already and then you go back? Or is this just like the beginning cutscene?
I feel like it could be kind of. I feel like it could kind of be like Pokemon Legends Arceus, where it's after it comes after the main story. That happens in Diamond and Pearl. But for this game, what would happen is that instead of it being like full Diamond and Pearl and coming after X and Y, it's during that moment in X and Y where you're battling against Team Flare to stop everything, and it picks off right with you failing.
Mm-hmm.
We could assume that like your Pokemon team gets destroyed in the blast and stuff.
Yeah.
Like your whole Pokemon team wasn't able to get taken and stuff.
I like that idea. I also have an idea, but I wouldn't call it my theory. It's just what I think would be cool. Like maybe it's like interchange, and you can pick and choose when you jump into the two timelines.
Oh,
So
that
it's
would be
like
cool, like
you're
Ocarina of Time.
yeah, so like you're in Johto because the unknown and Celebi, and you're doing the Johto playthrough. Then you have to jump into the other timeline to fix stuff. It's
Well,
just
we
sort of
already know it's only in Lumiose,
true.
but
Yeah. I
but I
think that would be
mean,
cool. Yeah. But is it official that's only in Lumiose and they're just not showing the rest of it?
they said, I believe, like on the website or under the trailer or somewhere, an official statement. It's in Lumiose,
Hmm.
Oh, okay.
implying. I mean,
Maybe.
it seemed to imply it was only Lumiose, but maybe it's not.
I
But
just,
from what I've heard,
yeah. I wouldn't mind that. It's just like there's so much good world building in Kalos that would be missed out, in my opinion, if it was just Lumiose.
yeah, the power plant area went completely unused
Yeah, that
in
did.
the original.
Then the train station. And
Hmm.
there's just a whole bunch of different areas I like of Kalos. Like up north, I really liked the northern cities, the fairy town, the ice town. Yeah.
Yeah. My other thought, though, I like this idea of like being able to warp to the past and present. And
Hmm.
as far as if, they're building up the city, is an idea I have is like maybe you have to like complete these quests for people. And so maybe sometimes in order to do that is when you have to go like back and forth to
Hmm.
like, I don't know. They need this certain Pokemon that's went extinct. You're in the future, or you're in the past. They need this like they need you to go to the city where they already have this like technology already. Or some other Pokemon that's only in the future, like I don't know, like the Rotom forms or something like that. Maybe the more futuristic Pokemon. That'd
Hmm.
be interesting.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
we're gonna be totally wrong on about 95% of. I think a lot of our ideas are pipe dream, but it's fun to think about.
Hmm.
Yeah. Maybe some of it'll actually happen. It would be cool if it did.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, I feel like with the past, I have to really just think of all of the timeline stuff because it's like, where does this whole building up Lumiose takes place? It's also obviously has to be past Johto. I feel like it's going to be past not Johto, Legends Arceus, because it's too industrial to be in Legend Arceus times. So,
Definitely.
is
Yeah.
this after the Great War? Is this in between the Great War? I don't even know if but equally the Great War takes place during Sir Aaron's time, which is not really that industrial, in my opinion. Because I
You
don't really
know,
think we have a canon Great War in the Pokemon games yet. I don't
maybe
remember.
that's
Wait,
okay,
no,
maybe
that
the
was canon in X and Y. That was AZ's whole stick, was the Great War.
yeah, maybe what's happening is maybe the reason the town has to be built up is maybe it has to be rebuilt. Like maybe the Great War
True.
just happened and now you're rebuilding the town into a city.
Yeah. And they haven't. Yeah, and was AZ's weapon during the Great War or after the Great War? Like, AZ could have done it afterwards when this town is being built up, trying to revive Valletta. I don't know.
I don't know. I associated the Great War with the weapon,
True.
but I don't know.
But that means the Great War is during Sir Aaron's time, which makes sense, but then where does Lumio City fit in?
So what do you mean by what I don't know the time, like I don't know what you're referring to
Okay. So
when you say that.
In the Lucario movie, there's the whole Sir Aaron timeline in the past,
Oh.
and there was the Great War in Hoenn, and that's what I think about when I think of the Pokemon War. And we always knew that Hoenn and Kalos are right next to each other, fairly close by.
So the Sir Aaron thing, I thought that was, so that's like lore in the games?
That's why I don't know. I don't think
Oh.
it's canon.
Oh,
But
okay.
I always think of the Pokemon and the games as the backstory, at least. I feel like most of it intertwines in some ways.
Yeah.
Like, and they talk about Sir Aaron and the Ruby games a couple of times, or they hinted at Sir Aaron.
Yeah.
So I mean, actually, though, thinking about it, it all makes sense. Because there's a Great War, but the Great War started by the two brothers in Black and White. Because remember,
Okay.
they had a feud about the
Yeah.
Great Dragon. So that's what
Mhm.
caused the Great War, which caused the whole weapon of destruction. Okay. So Lumio City would be built afterwards. Yeah. And the Johto stuff could honestly happen before or after. I know it's before, but Johto and the tower could be before or after. Probably before. Yeah.
I think the
Okay.
Johto tower stuff is a little bit like, that's probably more like Legends Arceus time frame.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know, but
Yeah.
I would just guess that. I don't
Mhm.
know.
Honestly, we could do a whole episode on Pokemon Timeline
Yeah.
Yeah.
after A to Z comes out. We should. That would be fun.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
It would require playing all of the Pokemon games
Yeah.
and watching a whole bunch of videos and watching all the anime and movies. It would
That's
it would
nothing.
require
It's
yeah,
fine.
it would require a lot of research.
Yeah.
Anything else you guys have?
Hmm.
Or
Mm, obviously, we'll see Floetta. I would hope that it's more of a
Yeah.
regional form than just a special form. Equally, a special form would be cool.
The special form, though, has literally been in the code, I believe, of like every Pokemon game since Gen 6, but not used.
It would be a shame if it's not used this time. It would be a
Yeah.
crime.
Okay, so I guess the thing I'm wondering then is, so whether realistically in this game you're probably not going to be going back and forth in time.
Yeah.
Like that's a fun thought exercise, but probably not. So, say this takes place after the war and you're building up the town. Like what's the main objective of the game? Are you trying to complete the Pokédex again?
Mm.
Because in Legends Arceus, you're building the very first Pokédex, but by the time
oh
of this
yeah,
game, by the time of this game,
It's
that would
already
have already
built.
happened.
right.
My hope, it's settling the Great War. like I would love. It was like we're
That would
fighting
be,
in the Great War.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I want a more mature Pokemon game. I feel like that would be cool. Like game line.
Yeah.
Hmm. And also
Yeah.
talking about the back and forth in the time machine. There's also the time machine in Gen 9. We forgot about. Remember when how they got the Paradox Pokemon?
Oh.
So it's like you could be an assistant to Sada, and it haywires and you get sent back to time during the Great War.
Hmm. Yeah.
That could
I
work.
mean, that would make sense too, since we just had Gen 9 having a
Hmm.
tie-in. But then
And
also, I was just gonna say, if we have lore as well with the brothers with the war with Black and White, that I wouldn't be surprised if we have some more Black and White lore in this game. Because
I would want that.
Black and White
Yes.
remakes are probably coming next.
Hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be good. Yeah.
It'll
I
be
think
interesting when we see a first like real trailer of like
we need a
gameplay.
trailer soon. Like really
Mm-hmm.
soon. It's time. Like June, probably like June 28th is about the time that they usually do Pokemon announcements.
So, do you think this is gonna be like? Personally, I'm predicting this is gonna be like Legends Arceus, like it's gonna be like a January time for, or do
True.
you think it's gonna be later in the year?
They said 2025, which is
Yeah.
very late for a Pokemon game.
They're finally
I,
taking their time, though.
Yeah.
yes, I'm glad about that. So I'm thinking it's going to be a January game
Yeah.
because there's
Yeah.
no way they're releasing the game in September 25. That is way too
I
long in
don't. I don't.
between.
They're gonna hold it long.
And the other thing
I say,
too is I think if it came in January, I think I think the next Switch is gonna get announced sometime this year. And so if it came out
I,
in January, it could be one of the last like big Switch games.
mm-hmm. I don't think it would be a Switch game if the new device comes out.
They said
It
it,
would
well,
be,
I mean it could just they have already said Switch, but like if the next console's just a new type of Switch that can run older and new games,
mhm.
then it wouldn't make a big difference, I guess.
And my theory is still that they're not going to make a whole new console. It's going to be a Switch Pro or Switch U or Switch Plus or whatever. Or you're still using the old cartridge games.
I think that's reasonable. Like, even if it is a pretty significant upgrade, I think they're not gonna ditch the Switch concept just because it's
Mm-mm.
worked so well for them.
It is a
And
very
like,
good concept.
and even if these games are like a big improvement, like I think it's gonna be backwards compatible
Hmm.
anyway.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah,
I would like if they do a Switch Pro to have dual screens, but it's like a little bit
Switch
bigger than a
DS.
Switch. A Switch DS, but it's like a tablet. I don't know. Like
That's
it's
Oh,
what
not
I've seen. Is it could be like
like it's
I've
twice the
seen.
size of a Switch
Yeah.
almost.
Maybe it could be like some of those old phones that like have the one screen but then slide up.
Yeah, that would like the Blackberries. Yeah, that would be cool.
yeah.
That I've seen concept art for it to be done like that.
That thing would have to be so big though. Like in order to be able to slide up like that.
But if like that with the Switch, I mean,
Yeah, it switches instead of the this way, it's the this way.
Yeah.
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 Mhm.
Whoa. Think we've stated our theories, so now we can talk about the socials for today. So go check out Anime Brew, obviously.
Yes. I'm recording
And
a new episode soon.
yep, and go check out all the Radio Chaos. Yes. But join our Discord and also Instagram at the Gamer Girl Podcast, and then also you can check out the Radio Chaos Instagram, which is I think Radio Chaos Official. Maddie, what do you have for it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Just
Yeah,
Radio
so
Chaos. Wait, I think there's underscores actually. 1 second. Let me check.
okay.
It's yeah, radio_chaos_official.
Okay, so yeah,
But
go
if you
check.
just search that,
Yeah, it should pop up.
I think we're the only radio. So, yeah.
Yeah. And then YouTube, the Gamer Girl Podcast, the Gamer Girls Maddie and Maddie, Purple Riolu, and Maddie Beth. Check all that out and leave us 5-star reviews so we can take over the world at
Yes.
Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Podchaser, Amazon Podcasts. Do that for all the shows on Radio Chaos. And with that, thank you for tuning in today. I hope you all have a lovely rest of your day, evening, morning, night, etc. See you all next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.